unanimous sportswear. Sponsors of Drop the Puck.
We made the trip to Altrincham, to Planet Ice Altrincham, for the battle between the Altrincham Aces and the Hull Jets. It's a tasty affair, I think, this one, Ben, because even though both teams coming into this are coming off the back of interesting games, both against Blackburn Hawks too, both with a win, but very, very different type of wins.
Yeah, very much so. You know, the Aces taken to overtime there by the Hawks, and probably was one of the Hawks' best games of the season, versus an 18-1 thrashing at the hands of Hull Jets last night. Hull obviously riding high on momentum, got some great new lines working there for them at the moment, whereas the Aces, they're starting to find the form of old, the Aces that we knew of, that used to challenge top spots. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, of course, Aces are in 8th place coming into tonight's game, and the Jets currently in 4th. Jets have got 32 points, and they're pecking away in that 4th spot at the moment for the playoffs, and they really must fancy their chances for one of them spots.
Yeah, you know, you've already said it there. That 4th spot and the playoff spot at the moment, it's still it's still not cemented. It's contested easily. You got the likes of the Sheffield Senators in there, the Bradford Bulldogs. Obviously, you've also got the Hull Jets. It's going to be interesting, and what's scary is the Altrincham Aces have got the dictation on who's getting that at the moment. They can upset this and make this for either or.
Yeah, I think we've said it countless times for the Aces that they do get to play all of the teams, and making it interesting for all of them. And it's a bit nail-biting to say the least, but nevertheless, Hull have won 4 of their last 5. The Aces have only won 3 of their last 5. It's a tight affair. But who should we be looking out for in this game?
Well, firstly, for the Aces, I think one of the players you've got to watch out for is Cade King. Cade's had some really good games recently, especially, you know, in defence. He's making key poke checks at the right time, just taking the puck away from the attackers. But he's not afraid to get physical either. He's putting the body on at the right time as well. I think the key part for him, though, tonight is making sure he's involved in the play and not just in defence all the time. Another one I'd look out for as well, Dan Berry. Dan's, you know, had a really good season so far in defence, and it's, you know, it's these key poke checks again and putting the body on at the right time that's making the difference.
Of course, between the posts for the Aces, you can see a change in netminder, because obviously in the last game that we featured on Drop the Puck, they had a different netminder. This time, who's it going to be?
So Adam Cherry returns back between the posts after having a little skate out in the number 13 shirt last week. But it's going to be one of them. Cherry's had a really good season, and you know, he's played Hull several times, so I think he's got the read of them. You know, we know what to expect with Hull. You've got Kieran Beach, you've got Goin Beddoes, Rich Hagger, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, you mentioned Beddoes and Beach, of course Jay Robinson as well. All players that have been prolific scorers for their team and got them in the position they're in. Are we expecting pretty much the same from them tonight?
Yeah, I'd very much expect so. You know, I'd expect to see some sort of offensive onslaught from the likes of Robinson, who's not only, you know, like a good technical skater, but he likes to get in there as well in the paint and jam up and really cause some issues for them. On the other hand, you've got the speed of Beach to look out for, but the thing is, though, the Aces defensemen will know how to deal with speed with having Pavlicek on the team as well. They're used to somebody whizzing around behind them, so they know how to contain that. The other one, I think, which is going to be the main factor, again, we've already said, is Goin Beddoes. The guy can get himself all over the ice. He knows when to put the puck in on net, knows when to chase it in for the tip-ins as well.
Well, interesting results coming into tonight. As we already said, the Aces coming off the back of that tied game, overtime win, and then that 18-1 thrashing that the Hull Jets gave Blackburn Hawks to. If I'm a betting man, on paper you would say it's got to be the Jets, but who knows? Will the Jets give it a victory roll at the end of the night tonight and play for that formation playoff spot, or will the Aces have something up the sleeves? I think it's time to drop the puck.
So we're going to get the action underway shortly, and you can see here the Altrincham Aces in white The Hull Jets in blue. It's going to be a good game, Gary. On paper, you've got to fancy the Jets, though.
Well, considering, as we mentioned in the at the start there, that last night's game 18-1 against Blackburn Hawks, and of course the game previous that we showed on Drop the Puck where the Altrincham Aces managed to battle it out in an overtime win, and if you use that as a gauge, you've got to say to yourself, this could be an ugly game.
Well, we're going to get action underway very shortly. It looks like it's going to be Hagger in the face-off there against Dunford. And we're on our way immediately to Chapman. Chapman plays that into the Jets zone. Alex Foreman back for the Jets. Uses the board, banks it around, only onto the stick of Berry. Berry puts it back into the corner though. Works it round. Spencer's going to try and get over there, but Sharrock's there first. Sharrock ties it up against the boards. Chapman comes over support into the slot. Dunford early, and Hackford gets his stick down in time there. Feeding that back round though. Still with the Aces. It's going to be scooped up and cleared out there onto the progressing stick of Beach. Into the corner though. Bodies flying in. Business meant. Berry comes out with the puck though. And bit of a tussle in no man's land, but it's going to be Clarkson who reels it in. Aces trying to gain and puck off the official there. It's been a while since you've had one of them, Gary. Mark it on your bingo card. Dunford!
And there you go.
There it is, Haslam with the goal. And Aces are setting the stall out early.
Well, it's vital that the Aces got on the score sheet early. That's what they needed to do, and Haslam's given them that early goal. But of course, they've got to build on that. They're coming out all guns blazing, which is great for the Aces. It's given a wake-up call to the Jets, though.
Very much so. Can the Hull Jets withstand the momentum and pressure that the Aces have been gathering recently?
Yeah, they're certainly starting to look like a better team than what they were at the start of the season.
So we can see that goal again there, and it was a great play from the Aces. They pushed forward, and it's a wide open net there as Dunford just hooked it round for Haslam. Haslam banged it in the back of the net. 1-0 Aces early doors.
Yeah, and a lot of surprise faces on the Jets.
So we're going to get ourselves a face-off. It's going to be to the right-hand side of Bowater. And immediately played out off that face-off. Trying to push it forward. Hackford knocks it on. Cherry returning in between the pipes for the Aces. Into the corner again. It's going to try and clear that out. It's intercepted there by Robinson. Robinson turns it back, puts it back in. Trying to hurry it out. He's being pressured. Great pressure coming there from Ward.
Yeah, they've got to be calm. Play sensible hockey.
Picked up once more by the Aces, trying to knock that forward, but it's going to be intercepted immediately by Taylor. Taylor knocks that back on for Ward again. No, back to Robinson. And Jay Robinson of the Jets just trying to get a grip on this play. It's a lot of back and forth at the moment. Nobody really got control, despite the 1-0 on the board for the Aces so far. Still only early doors, 17:55 remain in this period. Still trying to feel each other out. Great hit there from Gilbert on one of the Jets players. And King pushing it forward. Takes it onside. Oh, well poke check there. He's fed it forward for Beddoes. Beddoes takes a shot. Cherry gets the glove out. Laschak follows his hit in. Beddoes on the rebound though. Back in. Oh, swing and a miss there for Robinson. Kieran Robinson with the attempt, and now Foreman's got the puck in his own zone. There's going to be a whistle. We've got a player down. And it's Gibson, Cameron Gibson for the Aces has gone down just in front of his bench.
Well, looking back at that little bit of a flurry in front of the Aces net there, there's a shot come across and Kieran Robinson missed his chance there. Just opportunity gone begging. So
in the early doors, and yet again we've seen some great to and fro hockey. Neither team giving up and a yard. It's but you know, that 1-0 on the board already for the Aces. A little quick sucker punch to the Jets, knock them off guard. But you've got to remember, you've got the likes of Hagger out there, Kieran Beach, going, Beddoes. These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, you got to remember this Hull have been sitting thereabouts in the top pack all season. The Aces have discovered. Oh, hello.
Yeah, Cameron just heading back into his bench under his own steam,
right, okay.
But he's feeling that one, you can tell.
Yeah, and the Aces have just started to find their form a little bit. Although they came up against a very plucky Blackburn Hawks too, as we saw in our last episode.
So we're going to get action back underway. Andrews drops a puck. Neutral zone. Picked up immediately by Penner. Penner plays that forward. It's into the Jets danger zone.
The Aces are putting pressure on that Jets net already.
And now Penner again works it round his man. Berry's in there. Bit of hustle. Foreman's knocked it back on though for his teammate. Clever play not to go offside. Cherry's out of his net. Dangerous times as the forecheck's coming in.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss again.
That's cool.
But the puck's managed to work its way all the way down to Bowater. Dean Bowater, netminder.
Oh, intercepted.
Chapman got his stick on there. And it's between Chapman and Beach. Beacho just cleverly uses the net to break the line of sight. Allows himself some time. Chapman knocks that on. Bowater again. Tries to slow it down for Foreman. Works that round the boards. Little bit of D to D. Found New Love knocks that forward. It's picked up once more by Beach. High slot takes a shot. It's off a body. Haslam loses all sight of that. And Ness does well to scoop it in, but he's too much on it, and Haggard jumps on the loose puck.
Yeah, there's nobody there in the middle for the Aces to pick that up.
Once more. Quickly dug out by New Love puts that puck onto an Aces stick though, is King. Tries to clear out the zone. It's kept in by Beach. Haggard out in front. Oh, Newlove was sat there in the paint. Big shot comes in from Gieber. Very cleverly cleared out as Ratcliffe tries to chase that down, but we're going to get ourselves a call there.
Yeah, just noticed, Ben, that the Aces, when they've got the puck in their own end, they've got players either side on the wings there, and they leave the open ice down the middle wide open. It seems that the favourite, there's some sort of game plan there to give the open ice down the middle to the Jets, but they're not capitalising just yet.
And am I miscounting there, Garrett? No, it's all right. I've seen things there. Thought there was too many men on the ice then for the Aces for a second.
That's just your glasses, Ben.
Yeah, steaming up. As out in front, Cherry denies. Great attempt. But now you could see that the official just calling Dan Berry over, having a word with him. Interesting. And now, quick line changes. We get another face-off. It's going to be to the left of Cherry in the Aces zone. 15-18 on the clock left in his first. Played out to Robinson. James Robinson of the Jets. Ties up against the boards, but it's King that's coming out with it. And King tries to get his foot down. He does. He's managed to knock it on. Rings it round the board. Haslam's over. Oh! Haslam collides with Robinson. Great body on there. Following up. And the physicality definitely in this one. As Hackford picks that up centre ice. Takes it through. Tries to go around Gilbert. Shot. It's off Cherry. It's rolled down. Well, Cherry lost the puck there for a minute.
Yeah.
And it was a lucky roll that took it away from the net.
Yeah, one of the Jets players tries to dive in there, just to see who that is. That's Jay Robinson, just trying to dive in and pick up on the scraps, but it's knocked away. And another opportunity goes begging.
Yeah, you'll have to keep in mind tonight there are 3 Robinsons icing for the Jets. Kieran, James and Jay.
So it's the whole Robinsons.
As tried to clear it out against the board right out in front of the Alti bench. And now we're back with the Jets in their own zone. Gieber tries to knock that forward. It's going to be Beddoes chases it down. Cherry gets a stick all over that, finds Lajczak. Lajczak feeds it back near side. And Berry, great shot on. Oh, the rebounds come down for Beddoes. Beddoes opening up. Key check shot in from Robinson.
Oh, well, nobody's got it.
digging away at it, chopping away. Lazchak gets his stick all over that and sends it back down the other way. And both teams going for a quick line change. And that's going to be an icing call.
Well, it's a crazy opportunity there. The puck, as you can see, just sitting on the ice, and several players go flying past it, and everybody's trying to have a little poke at it. Nobody capitalises, and we've still got 1-0 to the Aces.
Gary, having a quick look now, notably, he was on the game sheet starting tonight, but I haven't seen him even touch the ice yet, and that's Pavlicek.
Yeah, maybe they're saving him.
Hang on, we've got people going over, and that's Nurse. Is it? No, not Nurse, sorry. Get confirmation on who that is, but we've gone. Looks possibly Gibson.
Yeah, possibly. We'll check on that in a moment. But
we're going to penalty, so that's going to be 2 minutes on the clock there against the Aces. First power play opportunity of the night.
And this is an opportunity for the Jets to try and catch up back.
Under pressure as Hager turns that back the other way. Big shot in Hager. Great save from Cherry. Now trying to do something with it. Another shot in from Hager. Down the throat. Cherry, it's out in front of him. He doesn't see it.
Oh, he knocks it away from his own man.
His defenseman's done it. His job then cleared it. And Dunford's going to just turn back and leave forward to chase it down. 1:30 remaining this power play opportunity. Aces on the penalty kill. Great stick lift attempt there. King sends his man round wide. And now Ward forces Beach back round the other way. Kieran Beach of the Hull Jets. Knocks it back into the corner. Hackford's there. Great body on from King. Hackford's ridden it well though. Beach looking for someone. Hager trying to get a good rotation going. Great pressure again coming from the Aces. Yeah. Trying to cause them to make a mistake. Do so. Jump on it. King gets his stick on it and clears it down.
That Aces defence has done really well there. They've kept those Jets players at bay.
Well, they're doing really nice box formation there, you know. The penalty kill really working well for them.
Yeah,
but immediately back down the other end.
And it's stolen again.
And Hager must be getting frustrated now. 35 seconds remain in the power play.
Quick line change by Altrincham.
Hager knocks that forward for Beddoes. Beddoes going to have to chase Penner down for it. Penner gets there though. Into the final 20 seconds of this power play opportunity. Beach once more. No, Robinson, sorry. Takes the shot. It's come off a stick. It's behind the net. Looking for the wraparound.
Oh.
It's gone through the paint. Final 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's 4 players in that paint there.
Another shot again. Off the backboard. 3, 2, 1. Back out. We're on to 5-on-5 again. Great opportunities. They're breaking forward. Nurse knocks it forward for Gibson. Still, Aces in control as he ring it round the boards. It's going to be picked up there by Beddoes. Beddoes sees Beach coming off the bench.
Nice passing.
Takes a shot off the leg pad to Berry. Holland forces him round again. Beach finds Beddoes.
Oh.
And they're getting these little passes in it. Oh, I thought that had gone in off a quick play there from Beach. And the intensity here, it's electric tonight, Gary.
Yeah, the fast pace. I'm just wondering how long they can keep this up for.
Jets still stuck in those corners. Loose puck jumped on by Holland of the Aces. Manages to clear it out, but it's put straight back in. Jets not giving the Aces any time to breathe. Great hit on Beach there. He's flattened by Berry. Shot comes in.
Oh!
And Robinson with the shot.
And Cherry with a save, cracking leg pad save there. Very fast. These pucks are flying in thick and fast from the Jets, but they've not managed to pierce that defence.
You just seen that replay there. Beach picks the puck up, tries to turn around. He's in possession at the time of contact. Berry absolutely steamrolls him. Well, but he gets up and skates it off.
We like aggressive games, Ben, and tonight's no exception.
And Berry's gone to the box for that, so back onto the power play. Once more, go the Hull Jets. And it's a roughing call. So Berry in the box for roughing for 2 minutes. Back onto the penalty kill go the Aces. Opportunity once more gifted to the Jets. He's in the skates to the players.
Oh.
Out in front, and Cherry gets his glove on it and seals it out. Well, that was lucky. And you've got a feel for the Hull Jets at the moment. They're doing everything right. It's just that final third.
Well, we're only midway through the first period, Ben, and I'm sure the Jets are going to compose themselves and find a way of cracking this Aces defence. But they've done an exceptional job first half of this first period.
Ward uses the boards and rings it round off the face-off. Once again, with the Jets. Trying to go across, looking for the tap in there was Forster. And the great rotation play from the Jets on this special teams, but Hagger's managed to get around his man just in front.
Oh.
Hagger off Beach, almost. And Ward once more finds Beddoes. Beddoes winds up, takes a shot through traffic.
Oh.
Cherry's down early, great leg pad save. Turn back, King in control. Minute of this power play already gone. Great pressure coming from Hagger now. Cade King forced to do something with it. Does so. Turning it back. Chapman gets his stick on it. Gieber couldn't control it. It's broken down into the Jet zone.
Yeah, Foster was sitting in that blue paint area. He's getting bullied around by the Aces defence. They're doing a grand job at the moment, but...
Foreman, sorry.
Yeah, they're gradually putting the pressure. They're turning the screws on the Aces now.
23 seconds remain on the power play opportunity. Aces clear down once more. Chapman chasing down Hagger. He has Beddoes and Foreman in support. Decides to go alone. Sharrock gets a stick in. Holland. It's the second stick and does so. But Jay Robinson now on the ice. Great play out in front of those ulti boards once more.
Oh!
Time expires on the penalty, back to 5.
So that's 2 power plays.
And Berry's in a foot race here with Foreman.
No,
And there's the icing call.
So that's 2 penalty kills. The Aces have managed to deal with the onslaught from the Jets. A lot of the play has been basically this end of the ice at the moment.
Very much so, Gary. You know, the first penalty kill, very technical, kept that box formation really well. Second one was just hit, smash mouth hockey. Literally throw the body in. Great shot in! And Cherry, cracking line of sight, just wraps that up. Good effort there from Kieran Beach.
Yeah, and we know he's capable of firing those kind of shots and getting them into the net. But how long will this Aces defence sustain pressure like this?
8:39 remaining in this first period. Still 1-0 to the Aces from that early goal. Immediately draw win from the Aces. Spence turns that back in though. Hagger knocks it on. Beach. Oh! Kieran Beach receiving another one there from Cade King this time.
Well, they're letting him know they're here.
And it's put back into the corner. Well, it's going to be another icing call. We're going down the other end this time. We see that Beach hit once more. He's being pinballed round in there, but Kieran Beach, he's a good lad. He can handle himself.
Well, I've got to say, Ben, I'm impressed with the Aces again for this first half of this period.
Again, draw win from the Aces. Early shot in. Tried to knock it down in front of Bowater. And he sealed it up. That's great play. First opportunity that the Aces get to go down the other way. And it was Charles Ratcliffe that time trying to poke it in.
Well, the one thing I don't think we'll see from the Jets is many of their players in the penalty box, because they've got a great discipline record.
Yeah, you've only got to look, for example, like captain, Rich Hagger. All those points, it's 50 points he's got so far this season, 0 penalty minutes. That's a guy that knows discipline there, and that's something that would be key today. As Hackford on this stretch pass.
Oh,
great leg pad save from Cherry. Ward puts it back in. Aces try and get involved in there, but it's come back out slot once more, and Taylor is forced to break the zone and come back and reel that back in. Another forecheck pressure coming in there. It's going to be Clarkson now. Clarkson uses the board, finds Nurse. Nurse able to clear out to King. It's caught up in the skates once more. Haslam spins and it's come back in. Jay Robinson. No, offside. Well, good recognition coming there from the Jets. That's great hockey awareness. And we're turning back going the other way. Gibson drop pass, shot comes in, stick safe there from Bowater.
And we've got an arm up on the official this side. Andrews is holding her arm up.
Yeah, no penalty, Gary waved off. It was possible on top side, but see, Gibson receives another hit against the boards. Laschak.
Oh, and Berry's got his stick caught up in the skate of Beddoes.
It's come out, Beddoes on the puck now. Head up, 3 man to get round. Held up tight. Great play from the Aces, but he's managed to get through. He's found Kieran Robinson, it's off the leg pads there. Well, that was absolute textbook play there from the Altrincham defence. Laschak gets his puck in, Gibson's got it, Gilbert dumps it in the corner, quick line change. Foreman turns that back around, gone past Hager, and Holland is going to be back there to receive that. Aces there, trying to dig that out. Trying to go in. Jets this time, turn back around very quickly. Berry's in possession behind his own net. Uses Sharrock on the boards. Spence has been the man to reel it in. Quick back out, forced the come off Sharrock. Lucky bounce, sees the Aces lose that out. And Holland cleverly dumping chase. Chapman was going to go down there, but we've got a call. We've got the official's arm up. It's going to be an offside.
Well, we're seeing a lot of action in centre ice at the moment. The Aces are starting to make way up towards that Jets goal, putting a little bit of pressure on, but the Jets are desperately trying to unlock this defence and try and get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we saw it, you know, in that previous play that the Aces are just crowding out the first man that's over that blue. As Sharrock ties up on the boards there with Beach. King in support. Come on behind.
Oh!
The Aces now, it was a set play. You could see, well positioned behind the net. They had a man trying to find that quick feed out. With Dulford down the other end, takes a shot. Bowater denies him. Chapman puts it back in, it's cleared straight back out.
Yeah, there's a bit of a tame shot that going in.
Trying to break it for Beach. Cherry's out of his net, uses the board. Forced back in, Haslam's picked it up though. And Beach has taken it back, he's stolen it. Great, absolute great set of play there. We're trying to go the other way. Aces take the shot. Oh, it's in! Well, it was an unlucky bounce in front of Bowater. And that's Jake Nurse with the goal.
And that's what it's like. You pick up them scraps, you're sitting in front of goal, you've got to capitalise on them. And the opportunities that the Jets have had, they've got none, but the Aces have managed to claw another one back against them. As Nurse grabs that puck and quickly pushes it past the Jets, netminder and Bowater stranded, and it's now Aces 2, Jets 0.
So face-off gets the action back underway as Spence immediately falls backwards by the Aces, by Nurse. Receives that puck back from Foreman. Great knock-on play. Robinson has his pocket picked there. And that was Ratcliffe. And you can tell the Jets are looking to get physical, but the Aces just got the wits about them.
Well, dare I say it, Ben, and no doubt we'll find out in the period break as to the reasons why Pavlicek is not on the...
It's another effort in, Bowater's had to seal that up.
Why Pavlicek hasn't gone onto the ice. Obviously, we can't see the bench from here, and we'll find out. There'll be a reason he's probably not even dressed. But, as it stands, they're doing a great job without him tonight. We know he's a key player for the Aces.
Aces showing their full array of Arsenal tonight. 4 minutes 4 remain in this first period as Marcin Laschak for the Aces now, tied up on the boards with Gieber. It's come out, big hack at it, and it's going to be the Jets who feed Robinson. Robinson has gone forward, tries to find Beddoes in the slot, couldn't get his stick down in time. And now the Jets once more trying to figure out the combination to unlock this Aces defence. Going to be Gilbert. Clever play, finds Gibson. Gibson loses his edge there, gifts the puck over to the Jets. And now the Jets looking to set something going. Loose puck, sees Clarkson chase that back. Gets round Forster. Gifts it though to Meadows, and who gifts it straight back. And Dunford's on the break now. Dunford gets round one man, goes alone. Dunford!
Oh, it's in!
Sam Dunford!
What a play. Well, that was a mistake from the Jets in the Aces end. Just left the puck, completely missed it. And the puck's picked up, fed out to Dunford, and he takes it across the blue line, dekes it left and right, and slots it past Bowater for the goal, and takes a surprise 3-0 lead here for the Aces, and there's currently a timeout being called.
Yeah, Jets have taken the timeout. Very surprising. I think they were literally looking to rock up here at Altrincham tonight and take the W away with ease. Altrincham not playing to the script at all.
Well, if I was a betting man, Ben, I would have certainly put my money before this game on the Hull Jets taking this convincingly. But the Aces, as we've seen recently, their form's improved, and they've got something to say about that.
Well, you can see Captain Rich Hagger there reading the riot act. And you can see the coaches there as well, just telling them what they need to be doing. It's quite clear that the quick passing that they're trying to go for isn't working.
Well, definitely some change of plan needed with 3 minutes 4 seconds on the clock remaining in this first period, and the Aces have a 3-0 lead.
But you just hit the nail on the head there, Gary. This is still the first period.
Yeah.
We've still got 40 minutes of hockey to play.
Oh, yes.
And as we know, the Aces don't tend to have a strong second period.
No, yes, no.
Yes, no, yes. In history, you know, historically, yes, they would have had a strong second period. But
yes,
most recently.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes as Chapman's fed with the puck. Tries to split the Jets defence again, Dunford, but it's an offside call.
Maybe the Jets coach just said, look, guys, Aces are playing smash mouth hockey here. Maybe we need to match them man for man, because even though they're doing some really nice passing, some technical stuff, we've seen mistakes being made, and the Aces are picking it up.
Very much so. Dunford with the draw win. Goes and finds Holland. Holland couldn't feed that to Chapman. So Jets steal that with Beach. Beach, big stretch pass back the other way. Off the boards, and King will be there to intercept that. Now Sharrock uses the boards, plays it round. Gibson dumps that. And he's found Dunford on the stretch. Foreman, Sharrock's in the middle. Can he get it to him? No, Sharrock's there. Great body on from the Jets though. Get a stick all over that and try and clear it all the way down. Can't clear the zone. It's put back in once more by the Aces. Spence gets in there though. Finds Beach. Beach now in control. Takes the sting out of that attack. And Jets once more dictating the play. Loose puck clearing off the board. To Holland, and we've got another call. That's going to be another offside call.
Well, we know the Jets are capable of doing some nice formation attacking, but the Aces have certainly dealt them a different hand tonight in this first period.
So we're going to look for a face-off between King and Robinson. Oh, sorry, Nurse and Robinson. It's Robinson who's come out with it. Takes the shot.
Oh, and he grabs it out the air.
Cherry puts it on the ice, decides to play it out, finds Haslam. Geber forced to get back as he's pursued down by Ratcliffe. Plays it around D2D sensibly. Ward tries to chip it on, doesn't get enough of it. Nurse is intercepted, put it back in, chased down by James Robinson, but it's still Nurse in the corner. Nurse finds Haslam. Haslam held up against the boards by Geber. Penner. It's going to be Nurse who lets it come out the zone, tries to create some space, puts it straight back in. Boris Geber for the Jets. Once more, Nurse takes control of this game. As Berry forced back. We're into the final minute of this period. Ratcliffe has Haslam in support. Haslam can't control it. Ward knocks that on for Robinson. Robinson dumps that back for Hackford. Hackford tries to play it across. King gets his sticking away. It's out in front. Robinson's poking away at it.
Ooh. And do you know what? Sportsmanship there. He realised he'd done something.
Penner and Robinson.
Yeah, and he turned round and said, you know, apologies. And do you know what? That's why the Jets have got a great record.
Very much so. Although, if anyone was going to drop him, you'd fancy it to be Robinson, to be fair.
Yeah, I really wanted that to happen then.
Robinson this season already 24 penalty minutes to his name.
So 33 seconds remaining in this period. And it's been all aces, even though on the ice, the Jets have been everywhere.
Very much so. King, behind his own net, comes off the skates of Clarkson. It's bounced backwards though. It's going to be Spence chased down by Gibson. Knocked on. And we're into the final 10 seconds as Clarkson rides for the gill straight into the boards there. That was great play. Out in front was redirected the last second.
Oh, just as the buzzer goes. And what can you say? That's been an exciting first period, Ben.
So, you know, it opened with Haslam with that early goal there, fed from Dunford. Then Nurse backed him up a bit more, and then maybe the nail in the coffin was the Dunford goal itself.
Yeah, been interesting. It's not gone the way the bookies would have it. The Aces are having a big say in how this game's going. But we'll get more of this action right after this short break.
Dunarmus Sportswear. Sponsors of Drop the Puck.
Welcome back as we get this second period under starters orders. Mr. Suster's there in the middle, drops the puck away. Immediately, Aces with the draw win. Once more, taking possession and control of this game. Cherry out of his net. Allows Berry to put that forward for Chapman. Chapman, great play. Puts it on there. It's an early attacking from Dunford once more. Oh, well played. Bowater and the second asking. Well, the Aces setting out their game plan very early on. Do or die. And Beach back into the slot for Hagger. Dunford's able to use the board to get that away. Oh, great body on there on Sharrock from Beach. And they've managed to find Hagger. Jets breaking once more. Beach in support, takes a shot. Hagger off the leg pad to Cherry. And he's done well to fight and keep it in. He's dumped it in there. And it's going to be the Aces trying to break down. Put back in once more by Gieber. Back to Hagger. Early shot on. Cherry's down and turns it out.
Well, Ben, dare I say it? We're seeing glimpses of the Aces of old, where they used to be a powerhouse in the ladle, always at the top fighting away. And this is the kind of hockey we used to seeing from them, but this season, it hasn't been the case.
No, they've been very, unfortunately, riddled with injuries and roster disruption, but now they've settled and gelled together. I mean, they're missing key players as well tonight. We haven't seen Pavlicek at the ice. Joe Greaves isn't even out there as well. There's many more you could add to this roster. Well, and it's scary, the thought of. As Clarkson into the corner.
This is a team that's playing for each other.
Very much so. They are out of playoff contention at this stage, unfortunately. They are playing for pride, but still, as you said in that introduction, they can have a little bit of control of who makes that playoff spot. Shot in once more. And it's the Aces who pick up the rebound with King. King turns that around. Tied up with two players, but it's going to be Gibson who knocks that on. Ward jumps on the loose puck, drives it into the Altrincham defensive zone. Back out, cleared away, and Gieber has to bide his time. He's dumped it in. and turned it away. Now, Altrincham back in possession. Oh, fan on it. Haggard takes a shot. Cherry's down early. Beach couldn't get it. It's got its goal.
No, it hasn't got it. Oh my goodness.
Well, King had to be very careful there. Eggshell skating.
Oh, and we've got a penalty.
Yeah, he's put Beach into the back of the net. And Robinson's not happy with it. So King and Robinson.
And we're starting to see a little bit of disruption now. This is very unusual, but let's just take a quick look. Oh, as somebody's being taken away. Not happy there.
Well, that appears to be Cade King.
He's certainly having his say. But going back to the near goal incident, the puck sitting right on the line, right by the goalpost, and he gingerly takes it with the edge of his toe away from the goal. And that's then, from then, at that point, it all seems to go a little bit hectic.
Well, I think it's fair to say the Aces have been smashing at those buttons that hold Jets, and the first one to react was Jay Robinson there. Beach was dumped onto the back of the goal, and now you can see the officials just having a word. It's Nurse and Berry. And Nurse, he's obviously contesting it, and he's being threatened there with his own penalty. Cleverly chooses to skate away. A very sensible idea, I think, that, Jake. As Berry's still contesting there. He's got to be careful. We know what it's like with the officials in this game, Gary. If you go on, they will just penalise you.
Yeah, they're very, very strict. You don't like any confrontation. Straightforward rule. You argue the referee, you're going to suffer the penalty.
And King looks like it possibly a 2+10. So we'll await the decision on that one. But 2 show on the board, so it's power play opportunity Jets. Third one of the night for them. Third penalty kill for the Aces. Hager. Shot in! Oh, it's come down. Cherry thought he had it. It's cleared away very quickly by the Aces. Well done. So now just a 2-minute penalty on King there. As it's gone back down into the Aces zone once more, and they've got themselves an icing call.
Yeah, it's picked up a little bit. I think the Jets are starting to get a little bit irritable. They're surprised to be in the position they're in this second period. 3-0 down here at Altrincham Aces at Planet Ice. And Ben, what would you say as a coach for the Jets would you have proposed? Because they were trying to play tape-to-tape, nice pass hockey before, and it wasn't productive for them.
No, and that is the style of the Jets. They are a very technical team, very speedy, very clinical, and the Aces just knew if they could disrupt that today. It's great rub out there from Sharrock. But he's left Hager open this near side. Hager takes the shot, Jerry's down, sends it out. Once more, Forster plays that back Beach. Tries to find Forster for the redirect. Uses Robinson. Great rotation now. Shot in from Beach, it's gone wide. Robinson trying to get it redirected. Hager with the goal.
Well, he was sitting at the back post there. He was bouncing around. Eventually falls to the feet of Hager, and he slaps it right past Cherry and gives the Hull Jets a vital goal back as they now still trail 3-1 here at Altrincham Ice. It's now Aces 3, Jets 1.
Now, normally in a situation, the penalty would nullify, the goal would nullify the penalty, but King appears no movement in that box, so it must have been a 2+2. The clock resets once more. King remains in the box, and we get underway again once more.
Yeah, so the goal's eliminated one of the penalties.
So, draw win for the Jets as they start to get some momentum back in this game. And Ward trying to drive it on. With everything that was happening there, Gary, didn't get a chance to finish your question, but long and short of it is, the Aces knew they had to disrupt the Jets' play style, and it's exactly what they've done. As they've broken forward, Dunford 1-on-1, Sam Dunford!
It's in again!
And a snap stick on the post in frustration there.
Well, as quick as the Jets get a goal, the Aces reply with one of their own, and now we've got a game here. Altrincham Aces have a 4-1 lead over the Hull Jets, a surprising one. As we said at the top of the show, this is the number 8 ranked Aces versus the number 4 and potentially playoff bound Jets. And the Aces are having a lot of say on who's making that 4th spot.
At the moment they are. Notably, that was a short-handed goal as well. So, Aces there. Once more, though, Ness being called over with Hager to discuss the situations and penalties. There appeared to be a player of the Jets who in frustration and looked like it was Gieber who smashed his stick off the side of the goal in half. So, no, nothing made of it, and it's immediately another draw in as the official hits the ice. Well, mark that one off your card, Gary. You've almost got a full house.
I just need the referee with no pants on, and then I've got it then.
Oh, out in front dangerously.
Oh, and the naked streaker.
So now, Jets set up, and once more, quick shot in from Beddoes, but Cherry's down. Watertight seal on that keeps him out. Well, now the Jets are showing some signs of promise, still on the power play opportunity.
Well, I've got to say one thing, Ben. It takes a lot for a team to get under the skin of a team like the Jets. And somehow, and convincingly, the Aces have found a way, because they're getting a little bit irritable now, these Jets players, and they're falling behind again. They're 3 goals down. It's a lot to claw back in this second period.
So this special teams unit now of the Jets trying to get a good power play going.
Oh,
great effort there from Robinson, but Cherry's lightning hands denying once more. 14:45 gone, remain in this period. 47 seconds left of this penalty. And Stevie Fellows said it in one of the previous episodes. When your special teams units are out there, you've got to make it count. Shot in early. Again, once more from Hager. Jets certainly will not be happy with how this has gone so far.
No, it's not gone.
Out front once more, Cherry's on it.
It's certainly not gone to form. The Aces are given a really good account of themselves tonight. And like we said it countless times, they're going to have a big say on who makes that final 4. I mean, we pretty much know that Widnes Wild are going to be in there, and Telford Tigers are looking most likely to. Early front runners, Sheffield Senators, fallen away a little bit, but Bradford Bulldogs certainly in that pack as well. Could the Jets be suffering a defeat here? And with early doors at the moment.
Beach is forced right the way back behind his own net. Captain Ward knocks it forward. Hager. It's crowded out, but it's come away. Beach still finds Hager, who's trying to take it in by himself. Goes for the wraparound. No one there. Robinson's there. Back to 5 on 5.
Oh, deflected.
And that's the power play opportunity over. Straight onto the puck of King, the stick of King, who clears that puck. And it's interesting to see. Yeah, King cleverly straight to the bench. Greaves now takes the ice for the first time tonight. So, Joe Greaves interestingly icing now. Will we see something? Penner puts that back in. Skate over. Robinson sends a shot there for Hager. It was teed up beautifully, but it's gone wide, and Aces can breathe a sigh of relief. Well, Gary, we've seen obviously now Joe Greaves take the ice. It's interesting. We know Joe is very easily influenced when it comes to wanting to drop the gloves.
Yeah.
Could we see something possibly between himself and Robinson after the early spat?
Well, who knows? I can only pray.
For the entertainment value, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
As Clarkson finds Gilbert. Can't keep control of that, so he tries once more. Greaves can't clear it out his own, and now the Jets in control. It's out.
Oh, it's in!
Forster.
Well.
Well, it was Beddoes who fed that out for Forster there.
They've been circling around that Aces net, passing the puck around, like we've said, and they're capable of doing this. And they found a way and an open avenue, slotted it home, right past Cherry, and now the Aces have pulled one. The Jets have pulled one back over the Aces. It's now Aces 4, Jets 2.
And some may say it is ironic how it had to come in open play, the goal, when they've had 3 opportunities tonight with the man advantage.
Maybe it's a bit of a bogey.
So, face-off, immediately won by Dunford for the Aces. Chapman loses his foot and it's allowed the puck to come straight back down Cherry's throat.
And Ben, you already said it before.
Shot in again, Gieber.
Historically, second periods are not good for the Aces.
So the script slowly coming back into effect. How much will it dictate the final third period? Beddoes tries to get through. Foster once more, backhand. Straight down Cherry's throat and he seals that up.
A little bit more power behind that. It might have gone in, but as we were saying there, Ben, currently, as we're 12 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the second period, it's fallen 2-1 in favour of the Jets so far. So, like we say, historically, not a good second period for the Aces. They need to get a claw a goal back if they can, and keep a bit of distance between them and the Jets.
Draw win for the Aces allows them to go straight back on the attack. As Dunford once more looks to cut inside. Sherrick in support. It's a time
it's
there,
in.
and it's gone in.
Well, there you go.
From Sherrick and Foreman has somehow pushed the puck past Bowater. And Bowater's furious with himself.
It looked like it was a deflection off one of his own players, and just one of those misfortunate goals that looks like, it's been given. Oh, they're still discussing it. All the Aces are going over, clapping hands with their bench colleagues. And we're just awaiting confirmation here of that 5th goal for the Aces.
So we're waiting to see and it's been allowed. Goal stands. So there's that breakaway goal you were talking about there, Gary.
Just as I was saying it, that's exactly what they needed. That 3-goal cushion between them and the Jets. If they can maintain that throughout this second period, then it gives them good basis in that third and final period.
Ness wins the face-off and dumps it straight down the Jet zone again once more. King's back, Hagger chasing him down. Play by King, Greaves lets it run. It's onto the stick of Robinson. Robinson plays off forward back down to Hagger once more. Rich Hagger feeds Foreman. Foreman decides to dump that in. Cherry's out of his net, reads it early. Picked up there by King, skates around his man, and now we've got an attack on from the Aces. Plays it out to Greaves. Greaves into the corner. Tried to backhand it back through the slot. No one there. King picks up near side of the half boards. It's going to be quickly turned around once more with Beach far side. Beach crosses the zone. Takes the shot. Cherry picks it out the air.
Well, an interesting point, Ben. We're just coming up to the midway point in this game. 11 minutes 26 remaining in the second period. And I'm thinking to myself, we're seeing an Aces team here performing really well with one of their best players missing. How weird is that?
Well,
this is probably the best I've seen the Aces play all season.
To be fair, Gary, sometimes, you can take one component out of the machine and it works better, because while that component's in there, everything has to go through it to make it work. So maybe this is the Aces showing they've got the versatility, and it's dangerous to think that if you added Pavlicek to this mix now, how much more damage they could do. But saying that, the Jets aren't out yet as they break forward once more. Hackford finds Beddoes.
And it's saved.
Straight down the throat of Cherry, and Cherry's having an absolute blinder tonight.
Yeah, he's soaking up all the pressure and getting right behind those shots from the Jets. But it's, the Jets must have thought when they got those 2 goals in this second period that Okay, they're starting to find a way. They've got a key. They're unlocking the door. But it's not enough at the moment.
I mean, one of the players you'd fancy to put past Cherry is going Beddoes. 12 goals so far this season. But he just keeps hammering that brick wall that is Cherry tonight.
It's not a huge amount for a player, but...
Near side boards. Trying to clear it out. It's come out with Beddoes. Tries to feed it back for Hackford. Greaves is there, reads it well.
And they do that little drag back and just feed it into the blue paint area. And
Sharrock's in there now. Hackford. We've also got...
And it's out.
No, back out once more. Ooh. Trying to gain control. There's Ward. He's in there. It's breaking down the other way very quickly. King takes the shot. It's gone wide. Sharrock turns that back. Puts it back round. Dunford's there. It's going to be chased down by Taylor. Once more. Out in front dangerously. Couldn't get a stick to it. Trying to find Berry. Berry ties up just out in front of his own bench. But it's cleared away once more. Onto the stick of a Jet. As they try and break forward, keep control there. That's going to be a tripping call.
Yep, it's been called. Sister's seen it.
So we've got a tripping call there. That appears to be on. Is that Nurse? No, sorry, Holland.
Holland.
So Jordan Holland going to the box now, allowing the 4th power play opportunity of the night to the Hull Jets.
Well, Jets have got to try and capitalise on this, certainly. They can claw something back. It's level pegging on the period. 2 apiece from this second period alone. And the Jets have got to make something of this power play.
So we're just over halfway through the game now. Still 5-2 in favour of the Aces as they draw in there, and Greaves tries to get all over that to clear it out. And he felt that through his hands there, and that's going to be
Jake Nurse. And as he rears himself on...
and that's just bobbled out there. Hagger. Robinson, it's down Cherry's throat once more. Berry sees Foster out the crease.
Yeah, of course, Nurse, who's just come back from injury on that arm, and he seemed to be struggling a little bit when he went back to the bench. Hopefully he hasn't re-injured himself.
Well, that would not be a good situation for Nurse at this current time. So we're going to get ourselves a face-off. Going to be to the left of Cherry in the Aces defensive zone. Hagger ties up the man there, but it's going to be the Aces with the draw win. It's knocked forward. Dunford's in a foot race there with Beach.
Just
Beach
lost it.
Managed to get across him. That's great defensive work. Sharrock and Robinson though have to use Foreman wide, and now you can see the space that's opening up with that extra man not being there. You can see the penalty kill unit. Shot comes in. Clarkson trying to clear out the crease. Just over a minute remaining in the penalty. Bowater holds that up. Chapman with the forecheck. Gieber lays that off. Turn back around once more.
What a shot.
Bowater had to be there quickly for that. Now Greaves gets his stick across Beach there. Great box formation again from the Aces, very clinical. As we can see the rotation now being set up. Robinson trying
and then it is.
Hagger and Beddoes there trying to get the screen set up. Shot in, it's come off a player. Back with Gieber. Robinson, backdoor attempt from Beach.
Berry there, just battling out with Beddoes.
Greaves has put Beach straight down. Another shot in. And Beach still reeling. Aces absorbing this pressure well. 5 seconds remain. Robinson's back. 2-1. Back to 5 skaters. And now, shot in. Cherry just picks that straight out. Well, I'll catch my breath, Gary. Will you pick out the highlights?
Well, that injury to Nurse, be interesting to see whether he returns to the ice, but is he there now, is he on? Oh yeah, it looks like he's on the ice now.
So Nurse in for the face-off against...
Yeah, so his wrist, his arm's all right, which is good news. There's a lot of pressure being soaked up by this Aces defence.
Taking it in himself, he's just put it over the bar.
Oh no.
And King digging it out against Hackford. Cade King there. Oh, he's lost out to Hackford. And there's going to be a call here. It looks like it's going to be on Dan Hackford.
Yeah, I think he realised then when he'd done it. Yeah, this Aces defence has been taking up a lot of pressure. A high stick call there on Hackford. And they're sustaining the pressure well, but when they get that opportunity, they're quick on the break, on the counter-attack. And Dunford seems to be the one that's capitalising, getting those little passes, those long passes.
It's almost as if Dunford is playing the Pavlicek role tonight.
It is, yeah, and he's playing it well.
Now the question is, the Aces are with the man advantage now. Will they make this capitalise?
Well, if they can get something from this, it would be great, because that'll extend the lead by 4, and it'll put the Jets a little bit rocky.
As Spence tries to knock that out the way, Greaves does so. Foreman's picked it up, dumped all the way down to the opposite side there. King is back to pick it up for the Aces though. Now Cade King tries to find Nurse. It's knocked out the way by Hagger. Spence and Nurse behind the Jets net. And Nurse just finds King. King once more. Takes a shot. He's looking for the redirect.
Oh.
Foreman and Bowater has to leap on that.
Yeah, they take a quick sigh there and gasp of breath for the Jets bench, because they can't afford to concede another goal.
So we're going to get ourselves set up for a face-off now. Be to the left of Bowater in the Jets zone. 1 minute 19 remain on this penalty. And Nurse loses out the face-off, and it's cleared out and worked all the way down to Cherry, who finds Haslam. Kyle Haslam now goes forward into the corner, cuts back looking for Nurse in the slot. It's fallen to Berry, one-timer. And Bowater does well to deny him there.
Yeah, he soaks that up. The official quick to check on Bowater. Well, it's just under a minute remaining on this power play for the Aces, and you've got to ask yourself, have they got something in the bag to try and get a goal?
Cleared out by Taylor, not all the way though, can't clear the zone as Aces once more. Fallen to Hagger, who gets his stick all over that. Drives that back down, and King will be the one to skate back and retrieve the puck.
Oh, Dunford falls over.
Now knocked forward, trying to find Sharrock. Geber has to turn it around quickly. And King and Beach.
Oh.
Well, King and Beach is going to be a call here. Cade King looks like once more he's not happy with the officials.
Oh, and it's been called on King. If you see from the replay, they're both pursuing King at the puck. He's trying to just turn the corner a little, and Beach is all over him. They just get tied up, but then King turns around and presses down on Beach's body, so clearly.
And it's going to be a 2+10 as you can see Gibson's also gone over to the box to sit some of that penalty there.
Yeah, it's
and that'll be abuse of an official on top of that as well.
Yeah, you could hear him shouting now. They don't need to lose their heads a little bit here now. Jake Nurse is going to have a word and try and rally the troops.
So the Jets were the feeling the pressure in the first period. Now that they're instigators in the second period, could this be the Jets' game plan in place?
Well, it's flipped on its head a little bit here, hasn't it? But the main thing is, regardless of what's going on the ice, it's what's on the scoreboard, and it's currently Aces 5, Jets 2, and we've got 5:42 in this second period remaining.
So a bit of 4-on-4 hockey for the next 22 seconds. As Beach behind the Aces net, Feeds out Geber, one-timer. Once more, Beach. Tries to find four, no, it's put back in, it's sealed right up there and swallowed up by Cherry. So, 5 seconds remain, and then after those 5, we'll get Sharrock Hackford rejoining the action as Sharrock skates off his bench. And then we'll be back for the 5th power play opportunity of the night for the Jets.
It's that,
and you can see
Nurse is being thrown out of the face-off.
You can hear the frustration coming from the Aces bench for King. And now Hager once more tries to get round Sharrock.
Too much.
Foreman puts that back in. We got ourselves a call here.
Yeah, Hager twisted and turning like a twisty-turny thing, and it wasn't working for him.
And we've got the buzzer being sounded. I'm assuming that's in regards to the officials wanting to know something.
Either that or
one
of the goal officials has fell asleep on the buzzer.
So we currently got an official timeout while we sort the situation out. But we'll go back to that incident with King and Beach. You could see there, Beach was really aggravating King. He's all over him. King, as we always say in every sport, the referee will catch the retaliation, not the initial action, and it's exactly what happened here.
Well,
so
it's been an ongoing thing throughout the first period and the start of the second, but the referee quickly nips in to stop it, and he'd already been warned about his abuse towards the official on the first penalty he had, and then on the second one, enough was enough. The official gave him a +10.
So as we resume with a face-off in neutral ice, we've got a 5-on-4 power play in favour of the Jets now. Time expired on that penalty, and it's trying to find Beach quickly, and Sharrock knocks it the other way. But you've got to say, Gary, the Jets have been very clever in taking King out the game now, because he was one of the more prolific defensemen for them.
Yeah, he has been quite good, but the one player they need to be careful of is Dunford.
Hager taking the shot, and it's under the leg pad of Cherry.
The Dunford's been the biggest thorn in their side tonight.
Very much so. As both teams get fresh legs on the ice. 4:20 remains in the second period. Still 38 seconds on the penalty assessed to King in the 2+10. Shot in, and Beach and Hackford can't redirect. Chooses to use Geber, a one-timer. Cherry just palms that away. Hager's managed to dig it out, back in one more. Foreman.
Oh.
And Hager. Foreman, back to Hager. Tries to skate it in, tries to find Geber on the back door. 10 seconds now remain on the penalty. And it's Chapman. Tries to go round Foreman. Puts his body in the way. Great defensive play. 2-1. Trapdoor opens for Gibson to rejoin the action. Back to full strength hockey. King to save the rest of his 10 minutes. Beach drives down that wing, tries to put it across, it's in!
Well, it's been coming, the pressure's been there.
Beach to Hackford.
Yeah, they've been testing it, and the Aces, as we said, it had been flipped on its head a little bit, and the Jets have finally clawed one back late in this second period, and it's now Aces 5, Jets 3, and you've got to say to yourself, 3 minutes 30 remaining in the period, Ben. There's enough time for the Jets to claw another one back and make this game even tighter.
Again, I've got to point out, Gary, the interesting fact, that goal has come right off the back end of a power play.
Yeah.
So they're not making the power plays count, but what they are doing is making the recovery play count. Crucial. And it's going to be interesting this third period. The script still not settled. You can see on the ice there now we've got Marcin Lajczak for the Aces. Now Spence. Forced by Laschak to give that poke to his defensive man. Gilbert tried to get in there. The man's been taken down on the ice there. That's Gibson. Poor Cameron Gibson's been in the wars tonight. And now Penner back around, finds Gilbert. Lays that off, but it's intercepted once more by the Jets. Gilbert finds Laschak. Tries to dump it in, can't get round Spence. Still Laschak and Spence. It's Laschak coming out with the puck. Thinks about putting it back in, but decides to backhand it to Gilbert. Gilbert taken down by Taylor. Ward skates in. Penner with the great forecheck pressure. And it's Penner, bank pass, trying to play it out. Able to do so. And back in. Once more off the boards, trying to clear out. Big hit.
Oh, and it's intercepted there.
Shot in from Hager.
Oh, what a shot.
Cherry.
Well saved by Cherry.
And again, looking for the redirect. Beach post out in front. Haslam gets in there, tries to clear it out. Taylor's put it back in. Once more, second bite of the cherry. It's come out to form in neutral ice. Alex Foreman of the Jets. Looks to play that forward, finds Robinson. Robinson flips that into the opposite corner for Beach to chase down. Beach chased down by Berry though. Feeds Hager. That's gone right through the slot to no one. Foreman tries to regain possession. Ties up with Haslam. Great off the board play there. Nash. Rubbed out the play by Taylor but gets back round. Now held up on the boards. Manages to dig that out. Can't get it round Foreman. Taylor once more. Pushing that away. Find Robinson on the stretch. Tries to shoot in, but
well blocked.
Cleared out there by the Aces defenders. Once more.
Oh!
Saw that late cherry and manages to kick it out. And now trying to find Robinson once more. Takes the shot.
Oh, off the side.
Is that Greaves tied up with Robinson there? It is. So there's going to be a call. The arm's up for the official. We've got a delay penalty. It's going to be on Altrincham as Jets have got that extra skater out. And I've got a feeling this is coming on Joe Greaves here of the Aces.
Yeah, it is. Tom Greaves. It's been escorted over to the penalty box. There's only 41 seconds remaining in this period, Ben, and the Aces suffering a lot of pressure there from the Jets.
That's a late hit call on Greaves there. So with the 41 seconds remaining, if they don't score, it will allow the Jets to start that third period on the power play.
Interesting indeed.
As we get a face off to the left of Cherry. Desperately trying to get something set up. Hager feeds that back in from Robinson. And Ward wins it round. Behind the net is Beddoes. Has to use Beach. Beach back to Beddoes.
The Jets are desperate to get one back here.
Beddoes waiting for Hager.
Oh, well picked out.
That was well picked out. You could see there, Dunford's not happy the fact that Hackford had his stick on Cherry's cage.
Yeah, Berry's actually having a word as well. Beddoes.
Now, I'm wondering whether all this tension that's bubbling will lead to something in the third.
Oh, there's nothing like the smell of manufactured vinyl hitting the ice.
So we're going to get ourselves a face
It's hardly leather, is it? Come on.
Face off to the right of Cherry. And once more, it's a wild puck that's going to be picked up by Dunford. Chipped away. 3-2-1. That's going to be your period there. 1:20 still on the penalty clock. But Gary, an interesting 3-1 period there.
Yeah, definitely 3-2 in favour of the Jets. They certainly got the better of that second period and looked very, very strong towards the end of it. But some very, very interested, heated moments in that second period. But Is this more of what we're going to expect in this third period? Who knows? You could catch all the action right here on Drop the Puck right after this short break.
Dunamis Sportswear, sponsors of Drop the Puck.
We're back on the ice. We're about to get this third period underway. We're wanting to know, can the Altrincham Aces withstand the pressure that the Jets are going to bring in this third and close this game out?
Well, interestingly enough, I've already spoken to the bench, and it appears that Jakob Pavlicek has decided to go skiing this weekend.
Oh, very nice weather for it.
And, well, you know, no, and when I say he's gone up to the slopes, he hasn't gone to Blackburn.
Oh.
What he's done is he's actually gone to the real ski slopes.
Oh, okay.
But nevertheless, the Aces are not missing him here this weekend. They're certainly putting on a performance, and it'd be interesting to see whether they can maintain that good form and get something out of this game, because they're causing a bit of an upset here on the cards for the Hull Jets. And I'm sure the rest of the teams in the league will be interested in this result if it continues this way, as we watch the officials having a quiet word with the...
They're still discussing, obviously, the previous penalties.
Yeah, it looks like...
And the time on the clock appears to show 2:30 in the morning almost. So, you know, but we know these games can take some time. But
2:26.
I think they just need to...
these overtime games.
There we go.
20.
Taps the flux capacitor a few times, you know, 1985, and we're good.
Oh, we're good to go. The old DeLorean. You got it in there, Ben. I can't believe it.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
So there's the official whistle that gets us back underway. Mr. Susters to the middle. We're going to have Robinson against Nurse for this third period start. And one last little bit of conversation between the two. Are we all good? Are we good? Yeah, we good? Can we go? Oh.
And it looks like
So
somebody's...
Gibson's going back over to the box. So whatever happened earlier with Greaves appears to have carried a major penalty with it as well.
We'll confirm that a bit later, but...
And we're underway at last.
We're underway.
And in
much to the crowd's pleasure.
So immediately Hagger behind his own net, feeds that forward. Jet coming out with some blistering pace early on. Ward takes it over. Beach in support, his power play unit of the Jets looking for its first opportunity, and denied once more by Cherry. Adam Cherry tonight so far has had an absolute outstanding game.
And the Jets are coming out in this third period like they mean to go.
So, face off to the left of Cherry. Good draw in there for the Jets with Foreman. Foreman feeds Ward.
Oh, well blocked
Hagger,
out.
sorry, tried to go in. Foreman back one time from Ward. It's gone wide. Hagger's going to pick that up near side. Plays it back into the corner. Beach feeds his man. Looking for that puck back from Robinson, who decides to take a shot himself. Nobody on the back door there for the rebound. That would have been the opportunity. Foreman puts it back in once more.
Oh, and again.
Scooped back up by Ward. Ward looking to go around. Robinson. Beach. Robinson once more. 15 seconds left in this power play. Beach. One-timer from...
Oh, it's a post.
Robinson. It's cleared out with 5 seconds left now on this power play. Quick line change from both. Robinson tries to use that as an advantage shot in.
It's in!
And it's in!
And that was a very, very well played pass there. They caught the Aces on the line change, and the netminder is quick to point out there that he got the assist.
So Bowater with the assist to Beddoes.
Yeah, he threw that pass out long. Yeah, he's quite pleased with himself there. He threw that pass immediately, stretch pass right down the ice, and then the Jets capitalised on it and caught them off balance, the Aces off balance.
But more interestingly, Gary, dare I say, the penalty had expired, which means they were back to full strength again. So maybe the trend here is don't go off the ice on a penalty, Aces, and you won't concede a goal. As the Jets now pulled it back to within a goal as Beddoes takes another shot.
Oh!
Swinging away at it again once more.
Well, it's made things interesting now here with 18 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this third and final period. And it's Aces 5, Jets 4.
Geber puts the puck back into the corner. Hackford can't get there. Once more with Beddoes.
Oh, it's in!
Hackford with the goal. Well,
and as quick as we're explaining and telling you the current score, the Jets quickly pounce on the puck, stick it into the back of the Aces net. It's now Aces 5, Jets 5, and we've got a tight game, Ben.
So, dare I say that...
No, don't say it.
No, I won't.
Don't say it.
I know what you don't want to happen.
Don't say it.
It could do.
I know where you live, don't say it.
As we go back underway. First open play goal. First goal not after a power play for the Jets tonight. As again they're breaking forward. Beach tries to go alone. Cherry got the read of him that time.
Oh, and it's missed.
And they're going back down the other way now. Bowater out of his net. 17:38 left in this game. 5 goals apiece now.
And the Aces have got to wake up now. They've come out to this third period, and it's still asleep.
They've been caught early. Truthfully, the Jets are playing the long game as Hager breaks forward, takes the shot, goes round his man. Ooh, Clarkson
dangerous
carefully.
play.
Once more, found Ratcliffe, but dispossessed, and the Jets now playing like we know they can. Aces possibly fallen victim to emptying the gas tank early. Now Robinson gets over, straight down Cherry's throat, and he wraps that up.
Yeah, the Aces have just got to settle themselves and start playing hockey again, playing pretty much like they were in the first period, being very defensive, stopping the breaks, seeing if they can close those lanes down.
So we're going to get ourselves a face-off now. Left of Cherry. First man there's the Jets man. He's put it back into the corner. It's going to be picked up there by Robinson. Robinson looks like Berry. All tie up. Hackford's gone down. Gilbert's in there as well. Robinson comes out with it though. Tries to get it back.
Oh.
Try and clear it out. Gibson's let that go for Lazchak. Lazchak uses the boards, rings it round. Gilbert's in the corner now. And Spence and Hackford and Lazchak are all over. Lazchak has got the puck at the back skate. It's picked up there by the Aces. Oh. And Lazchak tied up with Beddoes for a minute. And now looking to break once more. Ward. Hackford had to be careful. He was just
well
offside.
intercepted.
But Lazchak's back the other way. Takes a shot. Forces Bowater down early. And we're going back the other way once more. Berry.
The Aces look a little bit like they're at 6s and 7s here. They're not sure where the puck is half the time.
And the line changes are very fast and furious at the moment. As Taylor plays that over. Knocks that forward for Forster. Berry's going to be their first man.
Oh, good hit.
Gets his stick on it and drives that round. That's Chapman, puts a little hit on Taylor there. Now once more, Jets sneaking around out in front, puts that puck in the paint, turned away immediately by the Aces. Berry under pressure once more. Newlove. And now Clarkson. Can he get there? Does so. Plays that puck out. Taylor tries to put it back in, but it's come off Chapman. Wicked bounce in the skate to the official end. Dunford does well to cleverly coax it away. Beach those on the loose puck. Looks for the wraparound. Tries to find New Love out in front. Gieber reels it back in. Body on from Haslam. He's put it into the corner. It's going to be... good effort there from Robson, who's fed by Beach. And now, great clearance by the Aces. They force that right the way down. Foreman gets round there, finds Gieber. Gieber loses his foot in. Haslam tries to capitalise. Greaves brings it back, but Foreman, from a lucky bounce, has possession once more. Haslam cuts that out of the blue line. Has to wait for all his men to get back, and Beecher says thank you very much. Ness puts that in. He's giving it to Robinson. Robinson winds up, lets it go.
Oh, well blocked.
Into the leg pads. Oh, looking for a redirect there. Beach. And all this open play, just chewing the clock up now. Haslam knocks it forward. There's Greaves. Has it taken off him once more. Jets back the other way, to and fro. Lets another one go, Robinson. It sails wide.
Well, his shots are flying in thick and fast.
Once more, very quickly cut out there by the Aces defenseman. Greaves does well, take control. Uses the boards to clear it. Spence picks it up, neutral ice. Back into his own zone now. Here comes Ratcliffe. Hagger. Great interception there from Ness. He's fed. Greaves takes the shot.
Oh.
And what a save there from Bowater.
And you can breathe now, Ben.
Thank you very much.
Well, end-to-end action there. The Jets looking stronger, and they've scored 2 goals so far in this third period. Very quick goals, and it's taken a little while for the Aces to settle into this third period.
Very much so. It did take the wind out the sails, but they're back in it now, and they're fighting away. There's face-off in the Jets zone in Altrincham favour, but Jets are going to jump on the loose puck, play that out. Altrincham recovering neutral ice now. Use that and go back to Berry. Berry feeds that back over once more, using the boards to try and find Gibson. We've got equipment on the ice. That's a helmet.
At least there's no head in it.
Well, that is a bonus as Clarkson's going to skate back. We're going to get an icing call there, and we'll find out who that little bit of equipment belongs to now.
Well, it's going over to the Jets bench, is it? Yeah, it's a Jets helmet. So
we're going to get ourselves a face-off anyway to the left of Bowater. Dunford going in here against Beddoes. Great draw in there for Beddoes. And they certainly picked up the percentages late in this game as Beddoes goes forward. Hackford in support, crowded out by white shirts. Return back to neutral ice. Great between the legs pass. Tries to find Hackford. King's in there. Gets his stick crucially in the way and diverts that puck. Tied up against the boards. And Chapman comes out with it. Ward tries to body him off the puck. Sharrock's going to be there now. Oh, and he's brought down. Hackford's brought him down. There's going to be a call.
Hackford going to the bench, to the penalty box.
So Hackford once more returns back to the penalty box tonight, allowing power play opportunity now for the Altrincham Aces.
Well, if you want an opportunity, Aces, this is it. You need to try and capitalise on this, get the puck in the back of the net and extend your lead by a goal and put some more pressure on the Jets.
Dunford with the face-off win. Fed that back to King. King, puck up and down, now into the corner with it. Feeds that once more to Dunford at the point. Takes a shot, it's bobbling out loose. And it's going to be Beach who gets there first. Chapman.
There's bodies everywhere.
And Foreman now, and here we go.
3 on 2.
Odd man rush. As Beach loses out to Dunford there, and that's great recovery play, but it's chewed up some of that penalty, which is exactly what they've wanted to do. 1:23 now remain in this pen. as Dunford skates out on once more, and he's got some pace behind him, Dunford.
He's having a good game tonight,
But he's
Dunford.
been rubbed out there by Hagger. Hagger tries to find man forward. Beach, that's King with a check in the back.
I'll tell you what, Ben, I've got to be honest with you. I wouldn't have said that was a penalty there. I think that was accidental contact.
Well, he's last man back. They've not given the penalty shot, which is what you'd expect as the attacker was breaking.
Pushing, yeah, blocking the back.
Wrong spot, Gary, wrong spot.
Oh, yeah.
Check from behind.
A check from behind.
But that's going to find King once more returning to the sin bin.
A cross check.
For 2 minutes.
So, oh dear.
And we get ourselves a bit of 4-on-4 action.
Just when you think the Aces have got an opportunity, they're going to spoil it.
So 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute 8. As the ice opens up and allows some more of those speedy skaters. Penner uses the board, tries to find Nash, picked up by Beddoes, reeled in once more by Ward. Ward feeds Taylor. Oh, good effort there. Great play from Taylor and Ward. But it's back the other way now. No, picked up once more. Regan Taylor.
Oh, they're looking for the penalty there. They're not going to get it, are they?
No, we got another call.
Oh, and they are.
So Penner's going to the box. Penner in the box now means we got ourselves 4-on-3.
Oh, you don't want this now.
So 35 seconds. And a hooking call assessed to Penner. So Hackford out in 35 seconds. You can see now 4-on-3 in favour of the Jets. But they're going to be the first ones to get a man back as well. We'll have ourselves a 5-on-3 situation. As Beach.
And he's looking to line that shot up then.
Once more, Hagger right across the paint. And Gieber finds Ward. Ward back to Beach. Beach back to Ward. One-timer.
Oh.
Well saved, Cherry. Gieber's there with the rebound, though. 8 seconds now on this penalty. Before first man enters the fray once more. And you can see them trying to wind it up. Beach with the shot, it's in! Keenan Beach with the one-timer just as the clock strikes 0.
Well, unlucky there. Aces, you can see there, the Cherries not happy with the way it went. They're suffering a lot of pressure, but what can you expect when you've only got 3 players in defence and you've got a very high and active Jets team pushing the puck down your throat. And like you say, just as the buzzer went for that penalty on the Jets to bring them back to 5 players, Beach pushes the puck into the net and extends the lead here for the Jets. They take the lead for the first time tonight. It's now Aces 5, Hull Jets 6.
So as you can now count on the ice, we've got a 5-on-4, so power play opportunity in favour of the Jets. King is back on the ice, so we'll scrub his remainder of his penalty there. So just going to be Penner in the box for another minute 23. We've got just over half of this period left to play.
Well, the Aces are still in it, but they need to put something together now. But at the same time, they've got to stop the Jets' pressure.
So Hagger back behind his own net, plays that puck out. Once more finds Beach. Beach starts to get his legs going under him. It's going to be a tight offside call there. Hagger's scooped up the rebound, takes it straight in, and Cherry picks it out the air. You can see now the Jets are hungry. They smell the blood, trying to put the finisher on. But the Aces quite fancy another goal in this, and dare I use those formidable words.
Yeah, the Aces need to get a goal back at least. But this has been a battle all the way through this, Ben. And if I'm honest, have the Aces allowed the Jets back in?
Well, you could say that silly penalties and discipline have caused it. As the puck's laid right down for Bowater. Into the final minute of that penalty now as Foreman's back for the Jets, picks that up, uses Hagger to his left. Start getting some pressure behind him now as Beach has had a Clear run down that far wing. King's over there now. Disrupts the little flow, but he's managed to come out with it. Back again across the paint. And Beach has found a chink in the armour of the Altrincham Aces, and he's exploiting it badly.
It's that backline pass coming into the goal, and they're just looking to tap it in. Anybody just knock it in the net.
Foreman's making a move. Ward back to Beach once more. Out in front of Robinson. It's off the shoulder of Cherry. 5 seconds remain.
Oh, he's looking for the wraparound.
He's got it.
Well, Cherry was expecting that puck to go flying back out towards Ward. He was waiting in front of goal, but cheekily does a wraparound and slots it into the back of the net like a backhander. And Cherry got to be wondering now what's got to happen. They were 1 minute they're leading, now they're losing by 2.
Well, that goal, it wouldn't have mattered anyway in regards to the penalties. The penalty was expiring, but immediately Beddoes, it's caused a big odd man flush down the other way. And now Gieber's back there though, and it's now the Aces looking for 2 after controlling this game for so long.
Yeah, I think it was like you said before, that second period they allowed the Jets to get back in.
And now, loose puck, picked up in the centre by King. Tries to just knock it forward for another player, but Hagger's there. And King knows already, he's apologising for that, but there's no penalty's been called. They've allowed play to go on.
Yeah, he's signalling there, he's apologetic. His apologies towards the player, it was accidental, I think.
Now we're looking, you're going to have ourselves an icing call there. Going to get the puck taken back, but you can see the intensity now that the Jets are skating with. Different gear of hockey they're playing.
Do you think King is playing cautiously now?
I think, yeah, he's really got to. Cade King's problem at the moment is he's on the ref's radar.
Yeah.
So Hagger, face-off win. Great shot, it sailed wide. And once more, the Jets on the onslaught. Aces sat back, absorbing all this pressure with King. Great forecheck there coming from Newlove. And they need to get something going with Haslam. Puck's turned back around once more. And the Jets almost mimicking the Aces play from earlier on, and pockets of defensemen just crowding out the attacker on the puck. Puck's put on net for Bowater, uses his stick to clear that out. Chased up by 3 Aces players, but it's left plenty of space for the Jets to play the puck there. To Beach, who's picked it up, he's got Newlove in ahead of him.
Just knocked away by Cherry.
Cherry crucially turns that into the corner. And back the other way. It's going to be Gieber, and there's the icing call once more.
Well, we're seeing a little bit of intensity now. The Jets have stepped it up a lot. Aces are starting to step it up a bit because they know now they're 2 behind. 6 minutes 46 remaining in this third period. And the Aces need to pull something out the bag. Something from up their sleeve, maybe, and get something.
Beach off the face-off, straight into Cherry's glove.
So 2 goals, Ben. If the Aces can pull 2 goals in these final 6 minutes, we could, I'm going to say this.
Yeah, go on.
We could be having overtime. Which will be the second game in succession involving the Aces.
A bit like a plaster. You just got to rip it off and get it done quickly.
I know. Don't tell me about that.
But you are right then. This would be the second game that we have seen the Aces go to overtime, and we know overtime hockey tends to favour the Jets, to be fair. As Blazchak decides he doesn't want the puck in his zone anymore. Takes it down, Blazchak shot in. Bowater does well, we're into the corner there now, trying to dig it out to the Aces once more. Looks like the Jets are coming away with it. No, loose puck. Penner finds Lajczak once more.
Oh!
Lajczak and Gieber both go down.
And that's a penalty on Gieber, I think.
Well, we'll see now.
Yeah.
That's clipping. So. No, that doesn't like... Oh, it is Gieber. Boris Gieber heading to the box.
Yeah, he took Lajczak out there.
And now the Aces gifted an opportunity once more. Can they do something with it?
Well, 6 minutes 15 remaining. There's a 2-minute penalty in favour of the Aces. And what better chance can you have?
Well, miscommunication between King and Sharrock means Jets are able to clear it down there. And you can hear the shouts coming from the bench. Desperately trying to do something. It's gifted once more. Shot on net. King. And the shout there is Penner and Hackford having little chirps at each other. There's going to be an offside there, but there's certainly things are brewing.
Yeah, there's a miscommunication somewhere, and they just need to get things sorted. Greaves just coming onto the ice, and he's a little frustrated as well, but as are a few of the Ace players now, they know that they've just given away a great lead. Yeah, Greaves just keeps shouting back at the bench, but...
Right, we got ourselves face-off neutralised there. Won immediately by the Aces as Berry takes that over. Shot on it, sails wide of Bowater's net. Haslam's over there. Back out to the blue. Greaves at the point, thinks about it. Beach bearing down on him.
No.
The wrong decision there allows Jets to push that back down. They're doing what they need to chew this clock up. There's barely a minute left in this penalty now. And once more, Greaves knocks that forward for Haslam. Haslam, great poke check there from Foreman. Don't know what happened there, but...
Greaves just... Did he try to head that puck?
I'm not too sure, but he's kept it forward, though, for the Aces, which is vital at this stage. He's got Holland to use, possibly. Tries to. It's gone backwards, though. Nurse now on the ice with them. Haslam and Nurse. Nurse trying to set up the screen.
And the Jets,
with Greaves.
Jets find themselves in the unusual position in this period of having to defend.
Now, Cherry out of his net. Beach skating down on him. Has managed to get that puck. Great body on there from Holland. Disrupts that. Berry drives Beach into the corner. And, Beach gives him one back. 6 seconds remaining in the penalty now. Things are getting tasty down there. Past the napkins, Gary.
Yeah.
It's back to 5-on-5 as Gieber enters the fray once more. Holland. Big stretch pass. Haslam kicks that on. It's onto the net of Bowater, though. Quick line change for Altrincham. Gilbert chases that in. Still fighting to keep that tied up in that corner. 3:50 now remain in this game. Lajczak puts it across. No one can get there. Haslam.
Lacked a bit of power, that shot.
And now it's Beddoes. Beddoes trying to find Haggard. Does so. King misses with the check.
It's Hackford.
Haslam. And we've got ourselves a 2-on-2 situation. Shot comes in. Bowater's down. Ward back the other way. King can't reel that in. Clarkson's being chased down by Beddoes. Has to swing that round the back of his net. Stretch pass far side, finds Lajczak. Lajczak can't get round Taylor. And the Jets are just parking the bus. As pushing forward, Gilbert's in though.
Just needed to tap that on.
Great rub out. And they're in the corner tied up, and this is exactly what the Jets want to do, just chew away the clock. As we look and go the other way once more. 2 minutes 50 remain in the game. It's going to be a massive ask for the Aces to get 2 goals now.
Well, it's not out of sight though.
Very much so. They just need to make them opportunities count as Robinson takes the shot and Cherry picks it out the air.
Well, if you're the Jets coach now, you just got to say, just play clever hockey and just keep them at bay. keep the most the puck should be doing is coming up to centre ice and keep it away from the Jets, their own net. But the Aces are going to leave themselves open at the back, I think, if they're going to put pressure on.
Well, face-off tie up there. Puck bobbles out to Chapman. Chapman has got Sharrock in support. Finds Sharrock. Neutralised wall. And Dunford forced back into the cul-de-sac once more. Looking to go forward. Laid on for Bowater. He's used to stick and pads to clear that out. Sharrock puts it back into the corner, but Beach is going to be there. Beach once more. Clears that out, and Holland back for the Aces. 2:10 now in the game. Berry dumps it on. Dunford and Sharrock chase that down. Foreman tries to clear it out. It's only come out to Chapman, who's taking the shot. It's off the leg pads. Beddoes clears it out once more. Back to Berry at the point. Takes the shot, and this time Bowater slices out the air with his glove.
Well, I'm going to say it, Ben. I'm going to throw caution to the wind here. I'm going to say that the only way the Aces are going to get a goal now is if the Jets make a mistake, because they're playing very tight defence at the moment, not allowing anything in.
1:54 remains in the game as face-off in the Jets zone. Falls to Hagger. Hagger reads his team well and knocks that forward. Skating on the side. And it's in! And that's going to be the nail in the coffin.
Well, just as I was looking down the ice and thinking, the Jets have got 3 people back. They're playing safe hockey. And just as they do that, Kieran Robinson slots the puck home for the Jets. Extends their lead by 3 here, and it's now Altrincham Aces 5, Hull Jets 8.
Well, I'm going to be interested to speak to Jake after this game and see what he's got to say on the matter, because he clearly had the game in their grasp early on, and then the Jets, wriggling and wreathing out the way, have managed to slip out of the grip of the Aces.
But we know the Jets can do that. They're a good team. They keep the pressure on for all 60 minutes, all 3 periods.
Greaves takes the shot. Bowater has to turn that out. 1:15 remain in the game.
Yeah, as I was saying, they keep that pressure on for 3 periods, and you can't give them an inch, because they'll just
fly away with it.
Yeah, they'll just put 4 or 5 past you if you're not careful. They can score.
Into the final minute, and there's
oh dear,
there's a call there.
A call for a.
Well, there seems his cage has been ripped off there.
This is
Berry.
Frustration kicking in now.
And there's the call on Berry, on Hackford. Berry heads straight to box, he knows already.
Frustration's kicked in, and the Aces know that it's 41 seconds gone. Game's out of reach now. And
Adam Cherry's just, he must be wondering what the heck happened.
Yeah, well, and the official, again, it's Jake Nurse now having a word with the official, and he's shouting.
And it's Beddoes.
Well, he's not happy about something.
He's having to go at Bowater.
And Bowater's goading him, baiting him.
And Nurse is being sent to the box.
It appears,
or back to his bench even.
It appears Nurse is pointing up into the stands at one of the fans, just standing up on the gantry there. I don't know what's going on or what his involvement in that was, but most certainly Jake Nurse wasn't happy. But either way, the situation's got a little bit out of hand.
Tensions have been rising all night.
And the clock is ticking down.
Well, I'm assuming that will get reset, Gary, unless they're deliberately running this penalty out. As Greaves is heading over to the box now.
I think they're running the clock out, are they?
Well, it could be just to end the game.
Yeah, I think the officials...
No, 41 seconds go back onto the clock.
Oh. How strange.
Greaves now over in the box, so a flurrying array of penalties.
So the Aces find themselves 3 goals behind.
3 skaters on the ice.
3 skaters on the ice and 41 seconds remaining. Well, they're just waiting on the penalty calls.
And there appears to have been a mistake on the scoreboard as they've put the penalty on for the Jets as Greaves. I think you might want to switch that round.
Do you know what? I don't think anybody cares right now.
So,
yeah, they're just...
and it's just been pointed out there to the officials who are going to sort it there quickly. But we've got ourselves another power play opportunities. It's a 5-on-3 in favour of the Jets. And you quite fancy them to put a 9th on the board at this point. As Robinson finds Hager straight down Cherry's throat. So, got ourselves a situation now where it is damage limitation exercise for the Aces. And they managed to clear out the zone. Hager drops that back for Robinson.
They'll just keep the puck now and...
Oh, no. Once more, Ward.
Yeah, they'll just play it safe now and just run that clock out.
Much to the frustration of the Aces.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds now as skating that in. Shot in from Hager. There's your game.
Well, an interesting night here at Planet Ice, Altrincham. A game that looked all but close in that first period. And the Jets clawed it back, made it interesting in the second period, and then did what they do best and took it away in the third, Ben.
Yeah, the Jets played for the long game tonight. You could tell that. Very, very interesting the way that they sort of let the Aces think they had control of the game, and then slowly but surely got under the Aces' skin, disrupted the play, and then took the game back. So you can see there.
Well, it's the Aces are shaking hands and
hand claps.
All friends after the game. Leave it on the ice. Well, an interesting game, Ben, indeed. I certainly, on paper, would have had the Jets to have stormed this one, and I did say that very early on, but the Aces shocked me, and they've been performing well. They came out and gave a good account of themselves in that first period, but quite clearly, that second period, as you said historically, it's been a little detrimental for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, right up until that second period, the Aces had this game put away. There were 3 goals up, then silly mistakes started happening. They allowed the Jets to start being second man to the puck and getting under the skin, and then it was giving penalties away. And 4 times there tonight, immediately after a power play, and the Aces were re-establishing themselves, the Jets came and scored. So the moral of the story there was, don't have your men off the ice in the first place, because it does not, they were using the confusion and the sort of reintegration of the man back to the ice to get in at.
Well, one of those goals by the Jets where they caught the Aces off guard on a quick line change, and it was netminder threw the puck long down the ice, managed to Bowater pass that puck straight down the ice very quickly, and then they managed to slot it straight into the net on a rebound. I think it was on the initial shot. He caught the rebound, quickly caught them off guard, and that rocked them a lot because they just seemed to just fall apart a little bit then.
Yeah, there was a few times tonight that the speed of Kieran Beach, or the drive and the shot of Jay Robinson and Beddoes shook the Ace defence. But up to, the halfway through that second period, they were withholding, they were withstanding the storm. But then something happened and it all just fell apart.
Well, we're going to go down between the locker rooms and get news and views, some player interviews, and get the feedback from the coaches. But before we do that, we're going to take a short break.
Dunarmus Sportswear, sponsors of Drop the Puck.
And with Jake Nurse, the Altrincham Aces. Jake, an unfortunate result there tonight.
Yeah, gutting. Furious, to be honest. Absolutely furious. Just as I spoke to you last week and said we wanted to make it difficult for the teams that are in the playoff spots. First period we came out and did that to a textbook tonight. Then we just come out the gate second period and let ourselves down. Just shocking display of discipline. We can only blame ourselves. Some calls I don't think were consistent across the ice. There was things missed, which you guys will have on video, fortunately. But we've all got to be embarrassed with that. There's players on this team that are absolutely working the bag off. Sam Dunford, Adam Cherry was fantastic tonight, and then there's players that are just consistently letting us down every week with discipline. And the coaches need to do something about that. I've said that tonight. I'm devastated with that loss.
Now, we'll just recapping there, you mentioned that first period, textbook as you say, 3-0. You had the Jets on the backs of the rope. What happened?
Yeah, listen, we put the puck in the net, put shots on their goalie. Their goalie's calling for a timeout. I don't think you can ask for a better period than that. Their goalie crying out for a timeout. Couple of good kills from us as well. But then we come out, we swear at the referee, we make stupid plays, and we get tired. We let ourselves down. Just wrong decisions at wrong times, and we played them back into the game tonight. We absolutely played them back into that game, because that game should have been finished after the first.
Now, it's this spell of second period syndrome the Aces are going through at the moment. You kind of mentioned it there, discipline as well. How key is, I mean, we mention it all the time, how key is discipline, especially in a situation like that?
It's the difference between the 2 points. We're a very physical, aggressive team. We like to play the body. The new rule with a late hit took us a while to adjust this season, but there's no excuse now. We're well past we're into the back end of the season now. We should be nailing these things down and stopping it and playing better fluid hockey, which we did in the first period. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because we get tired or frustration, but all the time we play back into the other team's hand with penalties. I can't stress how frustrating and annoying it is that we can't put our finger on it and stop it.
So we look to the future, still difficult games ahead. What have the Aces got to do to turn this round now?
We're playing for pride now, aren't we? We're playing for pride. Really tasty derby against Widnes on Saturday. We always look forward to those games. It's always a good local derby, physical. It's just about making it. I know there's a tight playoff race now. There's a lot of teams fighting to get in the top 4. So it's just making it difficult for them, really, trying to chip away and get points here and where we can, and hopefully nail down this discipline leading into next season, so we're not starting with bans and problems from the off.
Well, Jake, we wish you best luck for the rest of the season. We'll catch you again soon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
And with Jay Robinson, the Hull Jets. Jay, very hard-fought victory there tonight.
Yeah. It was a tough battle. We definitely weren't expecting it. I mean, obviously, we had a real good win last night. Well, saying that, every time we come here, it's a tough game, tough, gritty game. They always seem to get a few quick goals on us, which they did in the first period. I think it was something like 3-0 down. Went into the changing room and we got tore a new one, basically. It was all trying to dry our gloves and take bits of kit off and get ready and stuff, and they were purely just going at us. Take this off, do this. It was just...
Almost reminiscent to an Alex Ferguson moment, equipment flying everywhere.
Yeah, we were definitely taking cover with it, but you know, needs doing. We tend to always have one really good period in a game. I'm sure you noticed it playoffs last year. D side, I think you guys came to. It was exactly the same. You know, one period where we absolutely just come out and just go for it.
So yeah, you're quite rightly there. A lot of teams suffering from this second period syndrome at the moment. It goes one way or the other. Pendulum swung in your favour tonight. After coming out on the ice in the second, what was the game plan? What needed to be done?
Basically, I mean, we came in tonight. We've got 1 or 2 guys missing. You know, we changed the lines yesterday for a little bit, see if we could get something else working. We started with them lines again today. Obviously, there wasn't really working that well today. Switched back to our original lines. You know, we have me, Beachy, and Hager. We've played together all season, past 3 seasons. You know, we work really well together. We don't really have a game plan, just sort of do it. Second line is just unreal. You know, them 3 have played together all last season. We do have obviously Cobbs who weren't playing, but he's, you know, they're just slotting. Everyone slots in. But we just went back to our game plan we've been playing all season. Literally just basic hockey. You know, take a step back from what we're trying to do, all these little drop passes and fancy plays, and just literally like, right, get pucks on net, let's do it. In which, you know, a couple of goals were put it on net, low rebounds. You know, just get the puck to the net. I mean, Matt Shooting was shocking. I'm sure you heard a few smacks and bangs and whatnot from me missing, but you know, on a whole, the team really stepped up.
So you quite rightly said there, you know, back to basics seems to be a lot of the ways the teams are going this season. Major thing of those basics is discipline. Was discipline a deciding factor in that match tonight in your eyes?
100%. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm not really one to shy away from something. I got told after the first period, well, I got told before the game, you know, we've not got the players to do it, don't do it. Beachy got absolutely ruined from behind our net. I was so tempted, I needed to, but you know, I took a couple of cross checks. Luckily, he went off. I thought he was going to get more, you know, never. But it's just something we have to do. I mean, last season my penalty minutes personally was through the roof. I think I had more last season on my own than what the entire team's got now. But yeah, so obviously I've had my talking to this season. The entire team has really. You know, we've got a really good core of a team. Got some real good young players. I mean, Kieran Robinson, who's come on, stepped up. He's playing phenomenal at the minute. But yeah, it's discipline-wise, it's definitely 100%. Obviously, they lost the red.
Now attention's obviously got to turn to that playoff spot. Be seeing yourselves, the Senators and the Bulldogs. It's so tight at the moment. It's a 3-horse race. What are the Jets going to have to do now to make sure they cement their place there?
Well, first and foremost, we've got Sheffield next week. You know, we need. I think it's a home game. We need to get a win. You know, we've been hit and miss when we've played Sheffield this year. You know, obviously they've gained a couple of our players, you know, by one way or another. But we 100% need to take 2 points next week. And then it's just literally just let it all roll on from there. We've not got an easy run into the end. You know, we've still got some tough games. I think we've still got Widnes another time, possibly Coventry one more. You know, well, every team's tough. You know, Blackburn, we played Blackburn away a few weeks ago. Well, I think we only won 8-4. They took these guys to overtime last week before that. No team's a run over. D-side. Do you know what I mean? I think someone told me the other week that they might be out of it now, but they run us over at our place, and it's not an easy game. You've got to turn up. Have to turn up.
Cool, Jay. We're going to wish you luck for the rest of the season. We'll hopefully see you at Widnes for those playoff finals. But till then, mate, good luck and good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming.
Well, I've got to say, Ben, I thought we were going to go to overtime again with the Aces there, but the Jets had a lot to say at the end there.
Do you know, I think the Jets, I've said it all throughout the commentary all night, the Jets will play in the long game. The Aces, unfortunately, though, Jake pretty much nailed it in the interview there. Discipline has been such key to the difference in results this season. All over Drop the Puck in the shows we've covered, but it really shone out tonight. You know, I think that the turning point was the second period, that 2+10 for King. That took him out to play, and he'd been quite prolific first period, feeding those pucks forward, Dunford chasing onto them. I think obviously they've had Pavlicek as well, it made more of a difference. You know, with Dunford and Pavlicek and the speed they both could have brought to the game. Saying that though, taking nothing away from the guys that did ice tonight. You know, I think like Kieran Clarkson had a really good game. Flip of the coin on the other side. He had Regan Taylor. He had some key poke checks at times for the Jets. Robinson and Ward again. Great defensive work, brick walling sometimes. I think I said it during the commentary. There was times the Altrincham boys would start coming on the attack, and it was just a pocket of defenders around them. They couldn't do anything.
Well, Aces taking that quick 3-0 lead in that first period, and you've got to say to yourself, that was the Aces of old, and I was kind of, wow, we're getting a game of hockey here. And then that second period, historically, as we've always said for the Aces, and a lot of the teams are like that really in this league, the second period seems to be like a bogey to them, and they just fall apart. Did they allow the Jets back in?
It's hard to say, you see. We know at the moment a lot of teams are suffering from the second period syndrome. Said it in the interview there with Jay. You know, it swings one way or the other. The pendulum, unfortunately for the Aces tonight, has swung away from them. And it was the silly little penalties, the chirping back at players. I mean, how many times have we said it? The referees won't catch the initial incident. They'll always catch the retaliation. And that is what happened tonight a few times. It was retaliation that was caught, so then the wrong team in theory is penalised, and then they were always playing on the back foot. But weirdly enough, it was the after the power plays were happening, that integration again of that extra body that caused the confusion that allowed Hull to capitalise.
Well, at the end of the day, it's the Hull Jets that have gone away with the victory, and they've gone on to cement their fourth spot at the moment. Still a few games to play, like they've already said in the interview there. And the Aces have still got a lot of games to play and could have a lot to say on how the final playoff standings look. Very much so. But, you know, again, as Jay said in his interview, there's some key fixtures into those top four teams as well. You've got the likes of the Jets are still yet to play the Senators. You know, most of them have still got to play the Wild yet, and the Wild are running away at the moment with this. Well, interestingly enough, coming into tonight, at the end of tonight's game, we just heard the Wild actually got beat tonight by Telford, so it's kind of making things a little bit interesting. Some of the lower teams are starting to find their form coming into the playoffs. Could make it tasty for us. You know, certainly nothing's guaranteed until, as they say, the fat lady's singing this one, and the likes of, you know, the Aces are still going forward. They've still got the ability to cause trouble for other teams. You know, the surprising result there with Telford and Widnes, but at the same time, Widnes had this in the bag months ago. Telford are pretty much just trying to cling on to that second place because it's that third, fourth place, which is still very much contestable at the moment, and it's going to be interesting to see how it does fare out. Well, of course, you can catch the playoffs here with us on Drop the Puck on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to catch us up on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram as well. But that's enough from us tonight. It's been an interesting night, interesting hockey. There's a lot more to come because we bring the best of the British hockey for you on YouTube from Drop the Puck.